Hey everybody, welcome back to the Retro Lair. Going to give you some quick collection updates, so stick around. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you saw, we're going to do a quick collection update because this could potentially be the last video that we do inside what we have dubbed the Retro Lair. We recently sold our house, put it on the market, went pretty quick. So this whole room is going to have to be packed up over the next month and a half. So going to be working on that. Hopefully I can give you guys a video of me going through, packing everything up, kind of showing you how I'm going to try to store it over the next potentially year as we build our new home. But for those of you who have watched over the last, I don't know, 6-7 months as we've grown this channel, thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it. We're going to continue to try to make videos. We just may be doing some more of the haul videos at either Matt's house or maybe even in the vehicles right after we track things down. So I do want to kind of run you through here, kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at right now. We do have the A to Z Toy Hunt series going on. We took a break from it this week with me being out of town last week, and Mother's Day and things like that is just this week kind of got away from us. So I'm going to give you a quick update of everything that we've kind of picked up over the last several months, for me kind of over the last year, and then we'll send it over to Matt. He'll give you a quick collection update, show you how things are going on his side. He's picked up a lot of Joes recently, so looking forward to seeing those and sharing those with you. But in the meantime, let's jump into this. I'll show you some of the things that we've picked up, and then we'll catch up with Matt. All right, guys, this shelf right here is pretty much kind of remained the same since I put it all together. I did reduce some of the TMNT and I've put some of it up in storage, and I've got some of it laid out, but this top shelf is more just things that I enjoyed from my childhood. So we got the Talking Urkel doll, Urkel book behind it. We've got some Rocko's Modern Life set in there. We got the Gizmo Duck, which is pretty cool. The Home Alone book with the Talk Boy was something that I just had to have. I had the Talk Boy as a kid. I have no idea what happened to it, so I tracked one of those down. And then this right here was one of my I was pretty excited to find this out in the wild. So I have a previous video when I picked this up. I'll try to find it. If I do, I'll put a link in the. I'll drop a link up above. So you guys can check that out, because the store that I found it at is pretty cool. They have a lot of 90s stuff. So found Bumpy and the gang, so picked those up. A couple Dick Tracy figs that I remember having as a kid, and I'm a big fan of the Rocketeer, so I got a couple small pieces of those. Got some TMNT here, like I said. Nothing too crazy right here. Dr. L. Some of the super hero lines in the back there. I just got a little Build-A-Fig set up here. That was fun to do. The Colossus was a great piece. Not really attached to all the others, but the Build-A-Fig is actually pretty cool. Down here we've got most of the G.I. Joe classifieds that I've picked up. I've got one other on a different shelf. Two more actually. I got a Zartan and a Cobra Commander, but got a decent amount of these. We've pre-ordered some of the others. We're lucky enough to find the Alley Viper and the Bats in the wild. And then I got a couple Super 7s that I've not got put up. I got Raph out, but the other two are not. It is a little bit of a mess in here, so bear with me. Oh, Michael Jordan. That was pretty fun to find out in the wild. Several turtle cases, a G.I. Joe case, which will probably get put to use while we store some things. This is just a box of extra parts and pieces of Joes that Matt and I are kind of putting together. And then got another small box of things that we may be selling in the future. Just a small Joe shelf here that I've kind of put together. Got a box of unopened cards that we'll probably rip at some point and open, but good little shelf here. The Swamp Smasher was one of the favorite, my favorite finds G.I. Joe related. I remember playing with that thing as a kid in the dirt, and it was just a lot of fun. So I was happy to find that. You guys, I'm pretty sure we're able to watch the video where we picked up the Zartan complete. Super stoked to have added that to our collection. Another good little Joe shelf. And then this shelf right here, one of my favorites. I've put a lot of time and money into this one. The condition of some of these does vary, but this is probably one of my favorite pieces to have. So glad I've been able to track down a few of these Cobra Commanders, and Matt's been gracious enough to help me out. So big thanks to him. And we've got some others just sitting up here top. Got the Duke mail away. We got the Sergeant Slaughter mail away. One of my favorite bazookas right there, which is, looks like he's, you know, gone fishing. Got some Space Ghosts up in the window. Over here, some of the things that we've picked up over the last year. Of course, we picked up some VHS. I like to have some playing out here. Even when my kids come out, it's just nice to have something that people may have forgotten about. These Disney adventure books. I may be doing a Toy Memories short on these, because I remember having these as a kid and just going through these at my grandparents' house a lot. So a lot of good memories with those. I have a few of these. Hard to find these, but definitely fun to have. So one of the other things, my daughter is actually of the age now where she's starting to read a little bit more. So one of the books that I enjoyed growing up, or one of the book series that I enjoyed growing up, was Goosebumps. So I've been tracking down several of these. I've got a couple in the house that we've been reading. I do have a few duplicates of these, so if anybody is interested, feel free to reach out to me. If I've got a duplicate of something that you may be needing, I'm more than willing to help someone out, because that's what it's all about. Had another good buddy pick me up these two Pagemaster Bendums. Pretty excited about that. He also grabbed me that Raph. So huge thanks to Brandon. Appreciate him. Picked up the Goosebumps board game also. Not the one I had as a kid, but this one was complete, and I was excited to find it in the wild. Brandon actually has the one, the smaller Goosebumps board game, and I need to see if I can't maybe work something out with him, because the smaller one is the one that I remember having as a kid, and I think I can probably get my kids to play that one with me more so than maybe this one. So all right guys, we're gonna move over here to some of the carded stuff. I'm hoping I am able to maybe get some more protector sleeves for these, or cases, especially with us getting ready to put a lot of things in storage. But Turtles is probably my main line. G.I. Joe's a close second. I have a lot more of the Joes out because there's a lot more room for them. The Turtles do take up quite a bit of space. So of course, you guys have seen kind of floating around here, I do have full set of the Giants. They don't have their accessories, but I have all four of them. We've got the 4 Star Trek Turtles carded. Some newer stuff and some older stuff here that I've picked up. So move this out of the way here. The retro card back Spider-Man line here. So I was able to pick up the most recent wave of those. I've got all of them there. Let's see if I can. We got Hobgoblins there. Got the Symbiote Spider-Man, Shocker. There's the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, the Hammerhead. That line right there is fantastic. This Spider-Man right here, as you guys saw in my last video, I actually picked this up on Macari, but this has been hard for me to find. I've not ever come across it in the wild, and anytime I've come across it online, the bubble has been yellowed. So I picked this up because this is something that I had as a kid. I remember playing with this a lot at my grandparents' house growing up. Such a cool piece to try to track back down and find again. I would like to find that Chomping Jaws Venom. I think I had that one as a kid also, so hoping I can find it. Huge fan of the Juggernaut. Came across this, I think, for like 14 or 15 bucks in a local shop here. Had to pick it up. It's pretty coal piece. I remember having the smaller ones of these. I think they were like super like metal or something, pretty heavy. So I picked those up as a, picked this up to add to the collection. And recently we also picked up the Silver Surfer. Not a super sought after piece, but I had it as a kid, and I have a lot of memories attached to it. So for me, it's worth it. Brandon helped me out with this. So got me this, got it in a protective case. And then Brandon also helped me out with these two right here. Big Bebop fan, and Raph is my favorite turtle, so I had to have him carded. So thanks to Matt for helping me get these protective cases to get these protected. So, and then Matt's been also nice enough to kind of help me out with some Batman stuff. So snagged me a Mr. Freeze in an auction here a while back, and an Arctic Batman. So a couple good pieces. We got a Fugitoid over here. Fugitoid. What do I got back here? Baxter Stockman. He was another one of my faves growing up as a kid. So we got some of the retro line Joes. Unfortunately, that line looks like it's been discontinued. So really not sure what will come of those as we go. It looks like they may be trying to push more towards an O-ring line, which would be fantastic. So we'll kind of see what happens. But I mean, there's always the possibility that those could be worth a little bit down the line. So we got some of the retro turtles here, the retro line. Nice enough to be able to find all these. Got some real monsters here. Move this key here. So this figure right here, this Gung Ho. This is my favorite G.I. Joe. I'm sure if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen it there. A lot of memories with this one. I was excited to pick this up from Springer Cards or Springer Collectibles on Whatnot. So glad to have that. And then I got a couple Dick Tracy figs. These are the only two that I have that are actually punched. So they're hanging. My other ones are actually just set up underneath the table. So Batman collection is growing a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm trying to be a little selective about it. So we do have the Shakespeare bust here, just like they did. It's a coin bank actually, but just like they had in the original 66 Batman. So pretty stoked to have that. It's pretty cool. Matt actually won this in a Whatnot giveaway, so, and sent it over to me. So thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. He was able to come across some of these Batman Returns cards in a flea market, and he got these for a steal. So I still need one more of the 3 Jokers, hoping I can find it. I've checked GameStop several times and still nothing. I'm trying to avoid going to Mercari or eBay and paying 50 or 60 bucks. And I did pick this up recently, the Michael Keaton 1/6 scale Batman. As soon as I have another place to store my entire collection, that will come out of the box and hopefully into a display case. So Turtle Van, that is the retro repo Turtle Van. Down below is my original Turtle Van from whenever I was a kid. That is actually mine. I have the box for it. I just have it stored away to try to keep it protected. So got some other good turtles down here. Safari Mike. Some more here. That's actually my turtle water bottle that I had whenever I was a kid. So I couldn't believe I was able to find that. A couple other pieces here. Thor statue. Missing his wings on his helmet, but we'll get that taken care of eventually. Spare vehicles here. We got some other turtles up here. That piece right there is probably one of my favorites. Brandon, here locally, a buddy of mine was able to help me track him down, and then I was able to track a couple other pieces down thanks to some other people. So pretty excited to have that in the collection. As you can see, this is all Raph because he's my guy. All right, so the Joe shelf. I'm not gonna go through all of this. We've picked up so much over the last 6 months. If you guys have been following, I mean, you guys have seen it. There's the Sky Striker. We got several Joes up in here. Let me see if I can get some lighting better. With that Desert Scorpion being one of my most recent. Try not to go too fast here, guys. Some other good pieces. See, I got a couple of the Wild Bills back there. I know that may not be everybody's favorite, but that's definitely one of mine. That's the vehicle I was after when Matt and I started really diving into the G.I. Joes a little bit. Of course, he was after his flag, and I wanted a whale. And luckily, if you guys haven't watched it yet, there's a video where we did a Facebook find, and we made out like a bandit. Like we hit the jackpot for Joes, for us locally anyway. So Steel Brigade, I was lucky enough to win that on a Facebook giveaway. A few more items down here, and then these are where I'm kind of keeping all my boxes for the classified, so whenever I put them up, I can store them safely. Last little piece of my update for my collection, for the most part, I know I've kind of went through everything, is this mess of a table here. This is where I put a lot of the Joes back together, make sure they're fixed, they're clean. But we got a few new pieces right here that I've picked up. There's my Swamp Thing with the diorama that I put together. We've got some DC Build-A-Figs. This Batman is super cool. Just the head as a lantern is awesome. The Build-A-Figure itself is not great. I would not buy this set again. I would buy that Batman, but I would not buy the set to build this. The legs don't want to stay together, and the arms were so hard to put on. It was not a fun build, so I don't recommend it unless you're just a huge Bane fan. Got some Build-A-Figure boxes and such over here. Of course, I got my Frankenstein Raph. I was thinking of the retro line. I'm hoping to get that out eventually. My mom was able to pick me up this Batman Scentsy that I'll eventually use. Keep everything kind of smelling good in here. And then, yep, I got some Toxic Crusaders. Not attached to these at all. I'm actually working out something with Brandon. This is something that's more right up his alley versus mine. So I'm gonna get those over to him. Matt and I both are working on the Doctor Strange Build-A-Fig. I think we've got 2 pieces left that we need. Wong and Mordor maybe. So we'll eventually grab those, but I'm not in any rush for the time being. And then a few other things that we have grabbed, or I have grabbed. I was a big fan of the Motu Revelations, so I have been picking up some of them. We had a Skelegod over in the other corner of the room, and here we got a Skeletor. We got Scareglow, Stinkor, and Andra. So, all right, guys, that's it for my entire collection. That's an update as of from when we started to today. Like I said, we're taking a break from the A to Z toy hunt this week. I am going to kick it over to Matt, see what all he's going to be able to update you with in his collection. I know, like I said, I know he's got a lot of Joes. Hopefully you guys enjoy seeing what all we've got. I appreciate everyone who's followed so far. I appreciate it if you would follow if you are not already. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we do post our next video. And in the meantime, I'm going to kick it over to Matt, and happy hunting, everybody.
Matt here, going to give you guys a quick update on my collection. About got my flag all filled out. Got some whatnot figures here on the floor because we're doing a new mini split install up here, so I had to move those. Let my nephews come over the other day, play with my classifieds. That was almost a bad mistake. There's some new retro turtles. And then the mini split. Trying to put this India barbecue together. He's got a busted crotch, but his crotch is there. It's not going together as I planned. But yeah, this is kind of an update on the whole collection. It's kind of a mess up here right now. You know, it'll get better. It will get better. Well, until next time, talk to y'all later. One thing I wanted to show on my collection was this zombie viper I picked up off a claim sale, which had a fairly decent price off IG, which is pretty stinking awesome. Still got that custom gizmo duck